Charlotte Flair, the Queen, the most decorated WWE Women's Champion in history. And now, she's the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner. But the question is Charlotte Flair and WWE tone deaf when it comes to how the WWE Universe feels about her? Let's get into that. I'm Mark Magnum. This is the Magnum Report. And before I get started, I would like to say please like, subscribe, share, do all the things you're supposed to do. Support this channel. I appreciate it. I'm back. And Charlotte Flair, she returned at the 2025 Royal Rumble. And a lot of us seen it coming. A lot of us called it Charlotte wins. You know, that is how it always is. She's the female John Cena. And she comes back. A lot of great talent in there. Jordan Grace debuted in the Royal Rumble. We had a lot of great people in there, you know, Naomi, and yeah, we had Bianca, and we had all the talent. We had Roxanne Perez do a great performance in the Women's Royal Rumble and being the Iron Woman. And instead of going with the hot hand or somebody new or giving, you know, somebody else a chance to shine, we give it to Charlotte. And that's bad enough. And then we have the whole social media thing on YouTube where she had way more dislikes than she had likes on the video that they uploaded to show that she had won the Rumble. So there's a lot of people that aren't happy. And you would think that WWE looks at their metrics and looks at their analytics and looks at their numbers, and you would think that they know that maybe Charlotte's not going to be well liked. And then they bring her out on Raw last night as of this taping, and they try to push her as a babyface. And I think it's terrible. And I think that it's kind of like when they tried to make Logan Paul a babyface for that short period of time and people booed him out the building. There's just some people that are just not likable. Charlotte with her promos seems robotic, with no emotion, no kind of sense of any kind of empathy at all. She just seems like she's that stereotypical bot that comments dumb stuff on the internet. But in this case, she's that one that kind of doesn't get it. She's better off as a heel anyway, in my opinion. But the fact that this is now, even because when Vince was even in control, they tried to push her as a babyface. They didn't boo her as bad as they did last night. But at the same time, this is another time where Charlotte comes back. Just like other times when Vince's dumbass was in control, where she comes back and you instantly thrust her right through the forefront. All the other women that have been putting in work this last year and something that Charlotte's been gone, all those women get pushed to the back. She gets raised to the top, you know, and it's just a typical WWE formula. And then she, like I said, cut that promo last night. Fans booed her out the building type of situation. And, you know, you would think by now that WWE, especially now with Triple H in control, they have a better pulse for what's going on and what the fans like and what they don't like. I mean, even though a lot of people don't like it, they went with the hot hand of Jey Uso. And I'm not one of these guys that hates on that. I'm happy that Jey won just for the sheer fact that he's the hot hand. It wasn't a CM Punk. It wasn't, you know, Roman Reigns. It wasn't Seth Rollins. It wasn't Drew McIntyre or and especially those last three I mentioned. Those guys have already won Rumbles before. So Jey winning it made sense. He's the hot hand. He's killing in the merchandise department, and he's over as Rover with the fans. So that made sense. Now Charlotte coming back and just instantly, and it's just like, and you could even when she won at the Rumble, you could just kind of realize, or even when all the women got eliminated off the apron, when Nia, with the crappy elimination they did with all of them, with Bianca and Io, and a lot of them getting eliminated all at the same time. And then the fans kind of realize who's left in the ring, and it's just like, oh, well, it's not going to be Liv, and it's probably not going to be Roxanne. And it probably ain't going to be Nikki, thank God, because I wasn't happy to see her either, truth be told. So now we're stuck with Charlotte, and she wins. And then they bring her out on Raw. She cuts this promo, and it's one of those ones where it's like, the second she started talking, the fans were not into it. And they've been not into it with Charlotte. She's, like I said, she's better off as a heel. But for some reason, they're hell-bent on trying to make this babyface thing work for her. Maybe they'll change course after this reaction, but they should have done that when they seen the numbers for their YouTube channel and realized, man, nobody's down with this. Nobody likes this. Nobody wants to see Charlotte again in a top spot. Let her work for it. I mean, I'd have been fine if she'd have lost, and then at the Elimination Chamber, she wins her spot at WrestleMania, but not just first match back. My God, you're not even willing to let somebody else get over. I mean, and I know some of this isn't her choice, but as a wrestler, especially, I used to wrestle, so there are some things you can kind of call, or you can kind of say, hey man, I know you want to go with me, but this person over here maybe needs this more than I do. I'm Charlotte Flair. I'm gonna get this regardless because of who I am. But instead, they go with Charlotte, and it angered a lot of people. I wasn't angry about it like that, but it was just one of those ones where I just kind of roll my eyes, like, oh, some more Charlotte. And granted, she's talented and she is good in the ring, but I mean, it seems like the sun is starting to set on Charlotte a whole lot faster than she realizes. And these moments at the Rumble are supposed to be star makers. Charlotte's already a damn star, so it makes no damn sense why we're just going to continue to go down this route and keep continuing to shovel Charlotte deep down our throats. But what do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. I mean, I'm sure there's not going to be too many people that think that this is a great thing for Charlotte Flair, and I would love to see her go heel, because that suits her more. That suits that whole thing I was talking about her not having empathy, about sounding robotic, because you don't really believe anything that she says. And I think that's a paramount problem with Charlotte Flair right now. Nobody believes her. Nobody really wants to see her. And as you could hear last night on Raw, nobody really missed her. But I'm out of here. Like I said, please like, subscribe, share. This has been another edition of the Magnum Report. Thank you for watching.